All right, class, we are talking about colonial America today. We're fresh off the heels of the Middle Ages. The last one we did for the Middle Ages, which is actually part of the Renaissance too, was the Age of Exploration. But Age of Exploration and that led to the colonization of America. And originally there were about 13 colonies that spread all the way through. If you look through here, you had Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, New York, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. So you had all these 13 colonies, and they were colonized by England. England was part of that big ordeal with the Age of Exploration, and with everybody coming and trying to find these new routes to different places. They accidentally came across the New World, and they saw an opportunity to make money. That's what it was all about, making money. So Queen Elizabeth saw the opportunity to make money, so that's what she did. She had it set up to where they would colonize the New World, or colonize America. And there was about 13 to begin with. All right. And like I said, the United States was formed from 13 British colonies in 1776. All right. But these colonies had been around for a while before the United States was formed, before the American Revolution, before all this. The first colony of Virginia was founded in 1607, and we're going to talk about Jamestown and that a little bit later on in the unit. But but these colonies were around before the United States was formed.
The 13 Colonies. The United States was formed from 13 British colonies in 1776. Many of these colonies had been around for well over 100 years, including the first colony of Virginia, which was founded in 1607.
All right, so what is a colony? All right, a colony is a region of land that's under political control of another country. So that's what a colony is. Okay, Britain sent people over here to colonize the New World. All right, it's land, but it's under control of another country. So and that's the way the colonies were at first. It's under control of Britain, and the colonies are typically they're settled by people from that land. But with America, or with American colonies, they had more than just people from England, and they had colonies from or people from all over Europe, or settlers from all over Europe. So, but that's what a colony is. A colony is a region of land that's under the political control of another country.
What is a colony? A colony is a region of land that's under the political control of another country. Usually, the controlling country is physically far away from the colony, as was the case with England and the American colonies. Colonies are typically founded and settled by people from the home country. However, there are many settlers from other countries. This was especially true of the American colonies, which had settlers from all over Europe.
All right, so a list of the 13 colonies. Like I said, there were 13 of them. First and foremost, Virginia, 1607. That was the very first permanent colony. Now, we are going to talk about the lost colony of Roanoke, which was North Carolina, which is in North Carolina. And it would have been the first colony, but it did not succeed. And it's kind of a mystery how and why. So, if you like good unsolved mysteries, that's a good one to do, because nobody knows what really happened there. Then you had New York, you had New Hampshire, Massachusetts Bay Colony. We're going to talk about it, with the Puritans looking for religious freedom. And then you had Maryland. All right, these are a few of the colonies. I got on the next page. We'll go over the rest of them.
List of the 13 colonies. The 13 colonies. Here's a list of the 13 colonies with the year they were founded in. Virginia, 1607, John Smith and the London Company. New York, 1626, originally founded by the Dutch, became a British colony in 1664. New Hampshire, 1623. John Mason was the first landholder, later John Wheelwright. Massachusetts Bay, 1630. Puritans looking for religious freedom. Maryland, 1633. George and Cecil Calvert as a safe haven for Catholics.
All right. So the list of colonies continue. We got Connecticut in 1636, Thomas Hooker, after he was told to leave Massachusetts. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the colony of Rhode Island, where Roger Williams wanted to have a place of religious freedom for all. he was kicked out of his where he was to begin with. So he said, you know what, I'm just going to go make my own, and that's what he did. And then we had Delaware, 1638. Peter Minuit and the New Sweden Company, British took over in 1664. We have North Carolina. North Carolina and South Carolina originally were together, all right, but then they split off in 1712. Same way with South Carolina. Then you had New Jersey in 1664, first settled by the Dutch. And we are going to talk about Pennsylvania in 1681, William Penn and the Quakers. And then I cannot see that last one because my slide stuff's in the way. Georgia, we had Georgia in 1732. James Oglethorpe is a settler for debtors. So the ones that are in highlighted, those ones that we are really going to talk about.
List of 13 colonies continued. Connecticut, 1636. Thomas Hooker after he was told to leave Massachusetts. Rhode Island, 1636. Roger Williams to have a place of religious freedom for all. Delaware, 1638. Peter Minuit and New Sweden Company. British took over in 1664. North Carolina, 1663. Originally part of the province of Carolina, split off from South Carolina in 1712. South Carolina, 1663. Originally part of the province of Carolina, split off from North Carolina in 1712. New Jersey, 1664. First settled by the Dutch. The English took over in 1664. Pennsylvania, 1681. William Penn and the Quakers. Georgia, 1732. James Oglethorpe as a settlement for debtors.
All right. So why were these colonies established? All right. I talked about it a little bit at the intro. Money. Money's the simple explanation. Money is always about money. 99.9% of history is about money. Okay. Or some way it all boils down to it, to money. It might be about something else, but it comes back to money. All right. Queen Elizabeth wanted to establish colonies in the Americas in order to grow the British Empire. Well, if she grew the British Empire, guess what? She gets more money. And she wanted to counter the Spanish because the Spanish at that time was a large empire as well. So to the English, though, some of them wanted to find wealth. All right, they wanted to create new jobs. They wanted to establish port trades along the coast of Americas, and these are the reasons why they wanted to establish these colonies. But it all comes back to money. Everything comes back to money.
Why were the colonies established? Queen Elizabeth wanted to establish colonies in the Americas in order to grow the British Empire and to counter the Spanish. The English hoped to find wealth, create new jobs, and establish trade ports along the coast of the Americas.
So, even though the Queen had her reasonings, each colony that sprouted up, okay, had its own unique history on how it was founded. All right, many of the colonies were founded by religious leaders. All right, Pennsylvania, William Penn. You had Massachusetts. You had Maryland. You had Rhode Island, Roger Williams. You had Connecticut, Thomas Hooker. So all these were founded by religious leaders to escape religious persecution. Okay, and other colonies were founded purely in hopes of creating new trade opportunities. So, but remember, a lot of the colonies were refounded for religious freedom. Remember that.
Establishing colonies continued. Each colony, however, had its own unique history on how it was founded. Many of the colonies were founded by religious leaders or groups looking for religious freedom. These colonies included Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Maryland, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. Other colonies were founded purely in hopes of creating new trade opportunities and profits for investors.
All right. So these 13 colonies, they're divided up into 3 different regions. Okay. You've got the southern colonies, which is Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. And you had the middle colonies, Delaware. Oh man, I can't even think of all of them. All right, and then you had the New England colonies, where you had New York and you had New England and several others. I'm not gonna try. I don't want y'all to remember all of which one was it. I just want you to remember that it was divided up into 3 regions, including the New England colonies, middle colonies, and the southern colonies.
Colonies divided into 3 regions. The colonies are often divided up into three regions, including the New England colonies, the Middle colonies, and the Southern colonies.
All right. All right. All right. And that's something new for this. All right. Did Britain start the 13 colonies? Were they under British rule, the 13 colonies? Yes or no? Yes, they were. Oh well, it's not going to let me because I'm presenting. It's not going to let me. But you can move these in Schoology and put them where they're supposed to go. Britain, yes. All right. Drink, no. They didn't start nothing for drink. They started for religious freedom, yes. They had three colonies, yes, or three categories: Southern, Middle, and New England colonies. So all these are new things you can do on Schoology. All right, the comprehension questions. What country did the 13 American colonies belong to prior to forming the United States? Was it A, Britain, B, Italy, or C, Canada? It is A, Britain. Britain is the one that started the 13 colonies.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
Queen Elizabeth in particular. All right, number two, who allowed the colonies to be set up? Was it A, Spain, B, Queen Elizabeth, or C, Trump? I just answered this. It is Queen Elizabeth. They wanted money. She wanted money. She wanted to grow her empire. It is Queen Elizabeth.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
Number three, what did most people want that came to start a colony? All right, was it A, food, B, drink, or C, religious freedom? It was C, religious freedom. All right, religious freedom. Most of the colonies were started, a good handful of the colonies were started because of religious freedom. People were tired of being religiously persecuted, so they came over here to start a colony.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
Number four, what three regions were the colonies divided into? A, Southern, Middle, and New England colonies regions. B, North, South, and West, or C, East, West, and South. It was A, the Southern, Middle, and New England colonies. That's what the three regions the colonies were divided into.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
All right, class. I will see you next time. We will start. I think it's Jamestown next. Well, no, we're going to talk about the lost colony of Roanoke because it would have been the very first colony. So we're going to talk about the lost colony of Roanoke on our next class. And I will see you all then. You all have a good day.